What if there was a simple project that appealed to the masses? And what if this project was easy to customize, all from a single board? I cut mine in half. And what if I just received payment for an order of 100 by next weekend? We're gonna have to do these in batches. To get started, grab that 1x6x8 pine board. Cut 5 pieces at 5.5 inches on your miter saw. These are going to be our bottoms. With our board a little shorter and a little safer, we can now rip the remaining material down to create 3/4 inch by 3/4 inch square sticks. Do I dare say a square dowel? Oftentimes it has hidden stress and will twist, curve, or buckle when passing it through. These boards here were no exception. One slice really wanted to become a rocking chair, and 2 others had knots break due to cutting the material so thin. Be careful and prioritize safety. With our thinner sliver of wood, we are cutting 4 pieces at 10 inches long and 8 pieces at 3.5 inches. Since this project does not require an entire page worth of plans, it's more of a director's cut, which includes how I came up with the sizing for this project and how you can adjust your project's dimensions using simple math to achieve all of the pieces needed with only one board. Once you've made all your cuts, you'll have an oopsie board about this long to recut any mistakes you may have made. Given our 10-inch height, we initially cut 5 pieces for the base, and when I ripped it down on the table saw, we got 6 slivers of wood. If you may have noticed, also notated in the plans, not all of those slivers are going to give you some of your 10-inch cuts. The 10-inch cuts come from the first 5, and that extra sliver you kind of are dicing up into those 3.5-inch pieces because you do not have enough material to cut all 4 of these and all 8 of these from the material that we had left over. Assembly is pretty straightforward. You'll have 8 of these 3.5-inch cuts, 4 of our 10-inch longer sides, and the base, which we're going to do last. I only apply glue to the smaller cut of wood. You can do so by just dabbing it onto here. You can also squeeze a little bit onto a random board, kind of smear it out a little bit. Take this board and just give it a dab, so that way you're not getting glue on your finger all the time. If you want to line up your grain, you can. You don't have to. It's completely up to you. I'm going to set it on top of this one here, smush that glue together. You'll see I move my hand far out of the way because there's going to be a ton of these nails shooting through the sides. You're late. We almost shot the first nail. And it's going to look just like this. That nail is essentially there just to hold everything together until that glue has time to set up. I am using a 1.25 inch 18 gauge brad nail. They are not stainless, they are not galvanized, just a simple nail. If you guys wish to use pin nails instead, might add a classier look. You'll ditch that brad head sticking out of the end, but it's just what I'm going with. And then we're going to repeat that for this other side. Just get a small dab of glue, line everything up, give them your initial push together just to get the glue sat down. Ta-da! I'm going to flip them over. I'm going to repeat that for this side. And again, if that grain direction matters to you, take care of it. I line this board up on the outside. Then I reline this board up on the outside. Little pressure down. And now we have our first piece. I'm going to repeat this step because I need 2 of these. How do these fit together? Oh yeah, they don't do that. Next, we need to add this block to the side. Same system we've been doing this whole time. A little bit of glue. Put one in. Then repeat that for these other sides. I knew it would happen. If you have a nail shoot through, I shoot another one just to hold my board into place. I kind of just turn him up with a pair of pliers. Nip him so he's gone. You can line a flat blade screwdriver up on the top to just suppress him down, or just use a hammer. And just get it so the bump is suppressed into the wood. I'm going for a farmhouse look, or even if you're painting these, no one's going to ever notice that that's right there. Farmhouse, easy breezy. You can build something farmhouse, do it. Blemishes don't have to be covered up. Made us a little squirrel dining table. They're just there eating their little corn on the cobs with their tiny little paws. No. Now I'm going to glue this onto here, but straighter. Why does this keep happening? Only one nail shoots through on the demonstration. I've got about 15 boxes sitting right behind me, and one of them, I swear to it, it shot a nail out every single corner I nailed into it. I almost just scrapped the whole lantern. I just need to record me building all of them, and the mistakes will go down. Whoa, that is not our base. It's got a lot of glue. For our bases, I just put it down on the workbench to see if it's got cupping on one side or the other. So if it has cupping, I like that to be down instead of up. So if it was facing up, it's going to have a rock. If it was facing down, it might have a little teeter, but it's better than it rocking back and forth. Pick which side you want to be not visible. If you had some nails shoot through or one kind of looks gross, both of mine actually look pretty good. A little bit of glue, nothing over the top. I don't want this to squeeze through the outside. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to center it on my base. Should have about 1/4 of an inch all the way around, just like that. I'm going to flip him over. And I'm actually going to nail in the center. I'm not going to try to hit the corners, because the corners have a ton of nails and stuff going on right now. I don't need to weaken them any more than they are. I'm just going to shoot it right into the sides. Again, 1/4 of an inch in. You have 3/4 of material to hit. Good luck. Yeah, good luck. I missed one. And there you have it. One lantern done. 4 to go for this board. So I got so 80 still left to build. Okay, here we go. And I built 10,000 lanterns and 10,000 more. If you keep bringing that sweet, sweet cash just right to my door.